Before we get into these battles, I just want to say this team is just all for pure entertainment only. This is not a team for the meta, but if you do like this team, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll try to make more entertaining teams like this. And let's get into the battles now. Alright, starting off with this first battle, we lead into a Shadow Weeping Bell. And the Shadow Weeping Bell is actually pretty good this season, but he switched on to Bashadon, and then I switched on to this Blaziken. This Blaziken is taking down this Bashadon real good, so I shoot up this Stone Edge. I believe the Stone Edge would have been able to take me out, but I'm able to farm him straight down and get some huge energy on the Blaziken. And he switches on into, I believe that's a Gramble. Yeah, into Shadow Gramble, and he shields up my Blaze Kick, and then I just go straight for a second one right here, and he shields that up. And then I was trying to be able to get to another one, but I wasn't able to. But now I'm able to farm up some energy with my Serperior, and he actually made a good catch onto the Shadow Weeping Bell. But now I'm able to farm up more energy and get to back-to-back air releases. But this air release right here that I go for does take out the Weeping Bell, and then now I'm able to go straight for the Frenzy Plant when the Gramble comes in, and this will be taking out the Shadow Gramble. Alright, for the next battle, we lead right into a Lickitung, and the Lickitung does switch right out into the Frostlass, and I switch into my Blaziken. I should have switched into my Greninja, but I was just thinking that if I'm able to shield up a Shadow Ball, I'm able to get up to some Blaze Kicks, and the Blaze Kicks will be able to take out the Frostlass if he doesn't shield, but he does shield his first one up, and now I'm able to get to the second one, and I believe he will shield up the second one as well. Yes, he does. So now I'm able to just let the Blaziken go down and save on my shield. I know I gave up switch advantage, but now I could come in with the Greninja and farm up some good energy with the Greninja. Now I go for the Night Slash, and this Night Slash will be taking out the Frostlass. Now my opponent comes back in with the Lickitung, and now I'm going for the Hydro Cannons, and these Hydro Cannons will be doing a good chunk against the Lickitung. And as you can see, now I'm able to, I believe I shield this up. It's just a safe shield. And the Lick's not really doing a lot of damage because it is a ghost type move, but now I'll switch out into the Serperior because I wanted to see what his backmon was, and it's the Gligar. So now I'm going straight for these Frenzy Plants, and the Frenzy Plant did do some good damage, but now I'm able to go straight for this Air Release. And this Air Release will be almost taking out the Gligar, and now he's going straight for his own Air Release. But since I do have back-to-back Hydro Cannons, oh no, it didn't take out the Serperior, so now he was able to farm out some energy with that. But since I had the back-to-back Hydro Cannons, like this Hydro Cannon will be taking out the Lickitung, but I would have been able to just double charge move and win. Alright, in this next battle, we lead into a Lantern, and this is a great lead that I was been looking for, but he switches out to his Mana Buzz, and honestly, I should have switched on to the Greninja, but I brought in the Blaziken, and I can take at least one Aerial Ace, but now I'm going to just farm up and goes for the Blaze Kick, and I'm just trying to catch some shields, and I was able to catch a shield off the opponent right here, and I believe right here, I just decided to let that Blaze, no, I actually shield this one up, and I think I'm going to, go straight for the Blaze Kick, and this will be doing some decent, no, he actually shielded this up. Wow, he didn't need to shield that. I don't think he needed to shield that, but now I'm able to just let it go down. And I brought in my Greninja, and a Hydro Cannon will be doing some good damage, and he can't really touch me. You know, Air Release will do some decent damage, but that's all he really has. And right here, I was trying to go straight for the boost, and I don't believe, this Night Slash wasn't able to take him out, and I didn't get the boost as well, so that was kind of a waste of energy when I could have just went for the Hydro Cannon, which is that's a big misplay on my end. But now I was expecting for him to bring in a Lantern, so I switched out to my Serperior, and he brings out his Metachamp, but now I'm going straight for these Air Releases, and I believe 3 Air Releases would have been able to take out the Metachamp, but he goes straight for the Ice Punch, and I burned my last shielding that up. But now I'm able to go for this Air Release right here, and it will be almost taking out the Metachamp, and since I was able to farm him down, now I'm going straight for this Frenzy Plant when the Lantern comes in. And this will be doing some great damage on the Lantern, and I was hoping I was going to be able to farm him down, but I would just bring in a Greninja and just go straight for a Hydro Cannon. This will be taking out the Lantern. Alright, in this next battle, we lead into a Shadow Golbat, and the Shadow Golbat actually checks my whole team. Not so much the Greninja. The Greninja would have been able to take it out, but the way how I played at this game, it wasn't really the best. But I showed up the Poison Fang, and I forgot at this point that Golbat actually ran Poison Fang, so I switched on to my Greninja, and I went straight for the Night Slash right here. And this Poison Fang did some good damage, and the Night Slash didn't register, but now I'm going straight for the Night Slash, and I should have went for the Hydro Cannon, but my opponent actually shields that up. And I actually got the boost that time, so I'll go straight for another Night Slash, and he brought in this Sableye, and now I'm able to chunk it down a decent amount. But now I was trying to get some energy on the Serperior, and I honestly could have just brought in the shield that up too. I don't think that was a good shield on my end, which is a misplay, but I should have brought in the Blaziken, and which I do now to catch the foul play. And the foul play did some decent damage actually. So I think even if I brought it in, it would have been able to take out the Blaziken. But he brings in the Golbat, and since I have no shields, this Poison Fang will be taking out the Blaziken. And I go straight for the Aerial Ace right here, and he brought in his Steelix. And there's no way that I'm actually going to beat a Steelix with a low health Serperior. And he actually had shield up that, and so I just surrendered this battle and just give the win to my opponent. Alright, in this battle we lead into Mirror Lead Serperior, but right here I'm gonna just keep on farming up, and I go for the extra fast move right here because I can't take an Aerial Ace, and my opponent did go for the Aerial Ace, so I'm able to get the back-to-back Aerial Aces before he was able to get to his second Aerial Ace. And now I'm going straight for a back-to-back Aerial Ace, and this will be doing some good damage against the Serperior. And now he's in the red, so I decided to just let this one go through as well and see if he switches out or not. And he switches out to a Frostlash, so I switch on to my Blaziken. And again, I don't know why I keep on switching the Blaziken to Frostlash, but I can't take a Avalanche, so now I'm gonna just farm up to get some Blaze Kicks. And this I threw right before he got to another Avalanche, and he does shield this up, and I'm able to get to a second Blaze Kick, and he's over farming at this point, and he actually shields that up. So now I bring out into the Greninja, and the Greninja is going to be able to get some good energy against this. And I can't take a Avalanche, but I can't take two. Two would have been able to take me out, but now I go straight for the Night Slash when I get the back-to-back Night Slash, and this Night Slash will be taking out the Frost Slash. And he brings in a Lantern, so now I'm going straight for these Night Slash, and I believe I got the boost, but he brings in his I forget what it was. It was the Serperior, yeah. So I go straight for the Aerial Ace, and now I'm gonna just bring in the Greninja and lose since I was on 1 HP. Alright, in this battle right here, we lead into a Steelix, and this isn't the best lead for me, but I realized that Frenzy Plants will be doing some good damage against the Steelix from a previous battle. So the Frenzy Plant right here, I go for charge up the back-to-back, and the Frenzy Plant did get shielded up, so now I just I go for the second Frenzy Plant right here, and the Frenzy Plant did do some decent damage, but I switched into my Blaziken, and he will go in for a Break and Swipe, and that did some decent chunk damage, and he brings in his Metachamp, so I actually charge up to the Brave Bird, and my opponent actually does not shield this up, and actually almost took out the Metachamp. If I wasn't debuffed, I would have been able to take it out, but he goes for the Ice Punch, so I bring back in the Serperior, expecting him to bring in his Steelix, and he actually did bring in his Steelix, so now I charge up to a Frenzy Plant. And now I'm able to go for the Frenzy Plant. If he doesn't shield this up, it will take it out. So he actually did shield that up. And now I have 2 shields, and I believe I just burned one right here because I actually wanted to save the Serperior, but he brings in his Carbine when I switch into my Greninja. And I don't know if he realized, but even though it's a Fairy type, I do have the Hydro Cannon, and I could safely just shield up a Rock Slide if I need to, which I did. And now I could just charge up to back-to-back Hydro Cannons, and I'm able to take out the Steelix in his back line with the back-to-back. So this will be a win on my end. Alright, so we lead into a Mana Buzz, and a Mana Buzz is actually a bad lead. Honestly, this is one of my favorite flyers this season, and that's actually my favorite flyer. I don't have a good Gligar, but I've seen Mana Buzz be able to take on a Gligar, and to me that just automatically makes it better. But now I have the Greninja against it, and he brings in his Lantern, and At this point, I'm gonna just go for the hydro cannons because I can get some decent damage off on it. But he's able to farm me down, so I bring back in the Serperior, and I believe right here he goes for the Thunderbolt, which is resisted on my end, so it didn't really do much damage, so I didn't need to shield that up. But right here, I wanted him to shield up the Frenzy Plant, and he actually doesn't shield up the Frenzy Plant, which is a big misplay on my end. You know, sometimes you just gotta risk it, but he goes for another Thunderbolt, which will bring me down to the red health. But now I'm able to just go for another Aerial Ace, and this will be taking out the Lantern. But then he brings back in his Mana Buzz, and I bring in my Blaziken, so I do shield up this Aerial Ace right here. Even though I can take one Aerial Ace, yeah, I do let this one go through, just to for him to burn his energy, and I'm gonna be able to farm up. And he brings in his Lickitung, and I honestly should have probably just went for the Brave Bird, but the Blaziken, the Blaze Kicks are doing some good chunk damage, and I am able to get him to burn his last shield. So right here, I just used my last shield to shield up this Body Slam, and I'm gonna just farm up to back-to-back Aerial Ace, and I don't believe the Aerial Ace will be taking him out. He actually burned, no, I'm sorry, that's his last shield. But so I did bait with the Aerial Ace. Now I'm able to hit him with a Frenzy Plant, but he just brings in his Mana Buzz and is able to take out the Serperior with the Aerial Ace. Alright, and this right here, we lead into a defense for Deoxys, and I've been wanting to run a defense for Deoxys for a long time, but I just don't own one currently. But he brings in his Shadow Sableye, and now I switch into my Blaziken once he goes for the foul play, and I go straight for the Blaze Kick when I get there as on the CMP tie, and I am able to take out the Shadow Sableye. But he brings in his Blaziken, his defense for Deoxys, and now I'm going straight for the Blaze Kicks. And that actually did some decent damage against it, but he is able to farm me down. So I should have been able to just charge up the back-to-back, or almost back-to-back, or just go straight for the Brave Bird. But he does shield up the Frenzy Plant when I get there, so I shield up this Psycho Boost. And then he brings in his Alolan Sandslash, and the Alolan Sandslash is a problem for my team as well. But if I do get the switch advantage with the Blaziken on it, I will be able to take it out easily. But right here, I just farm with the back-to-back Hydro Cannons and go straight for the Night Slash. And then I do one more fast move and I go for another Night Slash. And I was hoping I actually got the boost on that, but now right here, he goes straight for the Ice Punch, and I do shield his up. And I'm trying to farm up the back-to-back Aerial Ace, but I realized that I wasn't going to make it, and he actually beats me on a CMP tie, and he will be taking the game. Alright, right here we lead into the Gligar, and this isn't, like I said, this isn't the worst for me, because a Frenzy Plant will still be doing some good damage, and I can take a Aerial Ace. But right here, now farming up the back-to-back Aerial Ace, trying to get the shield from him, and I believe he doesn't shield this, so I was kind of a little upset. So I bring in the Greninja, and the Greninja actually based out the Lantern. So now I farmed up the back-to-back Hydro Cannons, and I went straight for the Night Slash, hoping for another boost, but I didn't get the boost. So I go for another Night Slash, and this will not get shielded up, and I actually get the boost now. And when I got the boost and was able to get for another Night Slash, he does shield this one up, and I was able to get farmed down right there. So I bring in a Serperior, and I'm gonna just safely shield up the Surf just because. And he actually had back-to-back, so I just burned both shields just so he could burn his energy. And he brings in the Gligar, which is good on my opponent, but I should have seen it coming on my end. But he is able to get to another Aerial Ace, and at this point, he got to the dig, and it will be taking me out. But I knew at this point I was losing. Alright, for the final battle of this video, we lead into a Shadow Alolan Sandslash, and this isn't the best lead for me. So I switch out straight into the Greninja, hoping to catch the Ice Punch, which I did, and it did some decent chip damage on it. But he switches out into this Medicham, and now I'm going straight for the Hydro Cannon, because it will be doing some good damage to the Medicham, but he will be able to farm me down, unfortunately. So I switch out into the Serperior, and before he went to for the Ice Punch, I was able to go for the Aerial Ace. So I did win that CMP tie, but he goes for the Dynamic Punch right here, and I am able to farm him down. But he brings back in the Alolan Sandslash, and he's trying to farm up to another Ice Punch, but I go straight for the Frenzy Plant, and it does get shielded. So now I throw out my Blaziken. Since I have two shields, I did chunk him down with some fast moves, but he actually switches on to his Gligar. So right here, I kind of knew that it was a loss on my end, but he goes straight for the air lace, and I do shield it up. So now I'm going for the blaze kick, and at this point, I'm just hoping that I could do some good damage to it. And I did win the CMP tie with it, actually, and this will be taking out the Gligar. Well, I know my opponent did shield that one up. I'm sorry about that, but he is able to go for the air lace, and at this point, I knew I was losing. Alright, let me know what you guys think about this team. If you didn't realize, I only went 4-6 in this video with this team, and I don't want anybody to just think that I want them to run this team as well. But if you did enjoy this video as well, be sure to like and subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so you do know when I upload videos. I don't upload videos oftenly, and I do upload shorts as well, so you will get notified on that as well. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day.